Hello, in this Solidity programming tutorial, we are going to look at function calls, or more specifically, just functions in general. So we've used functions so far in this series. We've used a set method and a get method, just normal getters and setters that you are used to in other languages. They can take a parameter, they don't have to take a parameter, and they can also return a value. So let's just dive a bit more into functions, and we'll create some of our own. One of the things I want to mention is that you don't actually need this return value name. It'll still work the same way even if you don't have a parameter name for the return value, but I think it's always good just to have some name like ret value or return value, something like that, just so you know it's value that's getting returned. So let's actually create our own function. So function, so it always starts with the keyword function, and let's call it awesome function. And there we go. So we've got this function right here, and we could do, let's say we could put, let's say this takes in a value. Just to actually initially let's just return, let's say return 5, and returns uint as this is return a regular int ret val. Okay, so this is going to return the number 5. So we can actually call this method right here. So instead of specifying the value ourselves, we can just put awesome function like so. What's this mountain about? Same problem again. Just to make it easy, I'll just put this as an unsigned int. So if we were to run this now, create the contract, and obviously we can explicitly just call that, or what we can do is just do set get, and as you can see it's returned the value 5. So let me show you that again. Create, if I were to click the get method, it returns 0. If I click the set method, what it's done, it's call this method, and in store data it's set awesome, or the result of awesome function, which is 5, like so. Let's take it a step further. Let's actually pass in the value of int x, so uint x, and this will square the x value, and that's what it will return. So we need to specify the value, hence why the error, because if I go back, it's moaning because it has 0 arguments. If I put x there, I could explicitly just put a value like so, and if I were to put like -1, give an error because it's expecting a unsigned int. So x, let's create a new contract. If I click get, we get 0. If I click set get, we get 2 this time. Oh, times it by itself, my bad. Okay, so create get, we get. If I click set, we still get 0. If I put 3, for example, set get, we get 9. If I put 9 squared should be 81, so you get the value of 81. Let's take it a step further. Our awesome method, we can actually take in multiple values, multiple parameters, like so, and obviously this is moaning now. If I put a comma 7, that works. It could be a bool, it could be a string, it could be a var, whatever, it doesn't matter. Any data type is valid. Pretty unsigned int just so it makes things easier. What we'll do is actually multiply the values together. So what we've done is we're only accepting one input from the user, and the other one we're timesing it by 7, and that's what's going to get returned, or that's what's going to get stored in stored data. That's what will get returned here. So now let me show you create and get. 0, set, get, still 0, because 0 times by 7 is 0. If I put in a value of, let's say, 6, and I click set, get, we get 6 times by 7, which is 42. So really, there's not much more to it than that for functions, because obviously the meat of the function itself, aka this part here will vary, but in terms of the structure of a function, we've covered all of that. What you can also do is, in where we've got return, we could all actually do something like this, and we could have that in line of the return method. And as an extra task, I want you to check that out, see how that works, experiment with that. And as usual, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I look forward to seeing you in my next awesome Solidity video.